What is going on, guys? TKD123 video, and yes, am I recording this at like 1 a.m? I am, but you know what, screw it, right? So today we're gonna be talking about a little game here called Battleborn. Now let's, take it back. Let's take it way back. Let's just like Logic, man. Let's just take it back, right, to the year this game came out. I think it was 2015 to 2016. I want to say 2016. I feel like maybe it was just a year ago. Maybe it was 2016. A quick Google search has confirmed it was May 3rd, 2016, right? So we're looking at just a bit, just like a year out, some months and change or whatever. And this was, of course, made by Gearbox. Now we all know Gearbox mainly for Borderlands, right? The great RPG, co-op game that is the great old Borderlands. And so look here, right, after coming off of Borderlands 2 in the pre-sequel, I'm sure that the, entire studio wanted to do something a little bit different, wanted to tell a different story, right? And this is kind of the really big thing that I really try to not criticize, game dev teams for, right? For, just trying to do something different, trying to be outside the box, trying to create a new story, trying to do something that is a little bit different from what they are used to or from what they typically do, right? And so, because, everyone here, like if we never had any, dev teams or studios do something that was outside the box, something that was outside of what, they usually do, we would never have gotten Destiny. We would never have gotten COD 4 Modern Warfare. We never would have gotten all of these great, amazing new IPs, and even when it came out this year, Horizon Zero Dawn, those guys were making Killzone before they made Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, they were making a FPS shooter that, was pretty okay with sales and, did pretty okay, with the mass appeal, whatever. Like, it was, it was a alright game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't anything that was crazy, but, it was definitely like a run-of-the-mill shooter, and they come out with this third-person RPG action adventure game that is completely not Killzone at all. And we would have never gotten that if it wasn't for the balls it took to do something that you are not typically doing at the current time, but you have this passion and drive to make something new. So it really does kind of suck here to talk about a studio that wanted to branch out, do something different, make a new IP, and it just doesn't come together. And that is sadly the case here we have with Battleborn and Gearbox. And this article comes up from IGN, and they are basically here saying that Gearbox is basically done with Battleborn after the next update, which will be its last. Randy Varnell, the director of the Sect of Creativity in Gearbox, why I said that so weird, I don't know, but he said, quote, "As of this week, there will be no more battle plans, and there is currently no planned content after the fall update." And he made that announcement not on Twitter, but on the Gearbox forums and everything, and he also, began to kind of just go into a little bit detail on what the fall update will include, and that will include some minor balancing changes, as well as a number of Borderlands-themed character skins, including the likes of Claptrap and Zero. And lastly, he touched on a little bit of the people that are still playing Battleborn, a little bit of the small, community that they built over the past year and stuff like that. And he said, quote, "Battleborn is here to stay. Nothing is changing with Battleborn, and the servers will be up and active for the foreseeable future." So it looks like, if you are definitely invested into the Battleborn game, definitely invested into the actual gameplay and the multiplayer, I guess, community that is somewhat there, I guess. It's very small, but, I guess it's there. I mean, you can't knock people for actually playing Battleborn. But for those people that are still playing Battleborn, the game will still be live, and servers will still be up for the foreseeable future from what he says. Now, how much those servers cost to keep up and how much revenue is Battleborn taking in, we have no idea, but I'm assuming that they're taking a loss in this game, with having to have those online, capabilities and online servers being up for this game. I assume that they are not really making that money off of Battleborn solely. However, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. There is some sort of good that we can come of this, and that is what he says after what he will be doing personally. So Varnell says he will be shifting focus to, quote, "play a big role on a highly anticipated but unannounced game." And obviously here, if we can read between the lines here, and we have the comments from Randy Pitchford, the Gearbox CEO, that he teased at PAX West that there was going to be an unannounced game that, clearly is, whenever they talk about, a big, game from Gearbox, we're all pretty much aware here that they're talking about Borderlands 3, so clearly here Varnell is definitely going to be shifting his focus off of Battleborn and more into Borderlands 3, which is, I think, what a lot of people and the majority of Gearbox fans would love, and what I definitely want them to focus on moving forward. And even, when you think back to what happened, with the actual game that is Battleborn a few months ago, they went free to play, right? And I feel like, that is kind of the best way to alleviate, a game that's struggling. Of course, it is not the best way to do it because you're not, not really making a bunch of revenue off of it from first people coming in, with just having them buy the game, but you are opening them to the actual game in hopes that they will, somehow utilize microtransactions in the game or utilize some other, just aspect way to get revenue into the company and through the game and to kind of fund, this overall thing, right? And so I'm not 100% sure if there even was microtransactions put into Battleborn. I am assuming they are since it went free to play. Like, I wouldn't see them just putting out this game, that, like they spent so much time with on and they did all this, developing with, and for them to just kind of throw it out into the world and make it free to play and not have any sort of, revenue stream to come from it, I feel like that wouldn't be a thing that they would do. But hey man, there is always, the downside to this whole thing, which is that, we have just a case where a studio tried to do something different, didn't work out, what I'm saying, and that kind of just stunts, what a lot of people would say is it kind of stunts, the kind of original craft of a dev studio and what they could make and what they really want to make, because it seems like Gearbox really did want this game to take off and really wanted it to be a great success, and just, like the fact that it failed, it really does suck for games overall, what I'm saying, because we just don't have another game here on the set, what I'm saying, and obviously one could argue that, oh, why do we need Battleborn when we have the likes of other hero shooters like Lawbreakers and Overwatch, obviously, and stuff like that. But, with that downside, there was always that light side that now we have the bigger ups and like the higher ups of Gearbox. Everyone kind of working more towards Borderlands 3, which is obviously what we all want, man, and we can all fantasize over Borderlands 3, but hopefully it gets shown, I'm assuming at E3 2018, so I'm assuming that's why everyone's kind of, I guess, seeing the next opportunity for them to do it. I really doubt they do it at PSX. Maybe they will, who knows? I mean, like, maybe, they'll have a nice, sweet deal with PlayStation, and they get to show it off at PSX this year in December, who knows, but I'm sure we will be seeing Borderlands 3 really, really soon, and I cannot wait for that game. I freaking love Borderlands so much, guys. But on that note, it is 1:12 a.m. Am I about to play Destiny 2? And do I have to get up for school in like 5 hours? Yes. Do I care? No. If you want to make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. I appreciate you giving me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.